Okay, so today we're going to use the same R project na rin. I'm going to share with you sa chat box na lang a file. Okay, sandali lang class ha. Pause ko muna. And then I'm going to put in the chat box. Hindi ko muna linalagay sa modules kasi hindi ko nga alam kung ako pa rin yung mag-handle ng subject, no? Okay, where did I put that? Give me a second, class. So desktop Finstad. Okay. So in chat. So please copy this file. It's a text file. Copy it to your R project. Okay. Okay, do you have it, class? Okay, class, do you have the file, class? Na-save nyo na ba sa nyo, sa R project, class? A moment, class. No? Okay, today we're going to start our discussion on SQL. I'm not sure if you have had other subjects in your computer science or wherever, no? Yung structured query language. SQL is a very important process where you're able to use data and then try to extract data out of that, information out of that. So that's very important for ERP, for example, for enterprise resource planning. For example, finance would want to know the sales of today or the delinquent sales or the aging of receivables. So you have a data, then that information can be extracted. So that's part of what we call structured query language, SQL. So we're going to attempt to do SQL here, the basic SQL in R. So as I said before that the way to install packages are programs contributed by people who know how to our language, and these are contributed by people from different fields, from physics, from astronomy, from the medical sciences, etc., etc. And then it's contributed to CRAN, and CRAN vets it, and if it's okay, then it's archived. So archived because it's a community of that's why R is really a very robust uh, software program because it supports a community of learners. So there are many packages on statistics, many packages on finance, and people find it really very convenient and very easy to install a package, load it, and then make use of the functionalities of that package. So the long cut way of installing packages is install packages, and then if there are many, you can use concatenate, dplyr, ggplot2, and we're going to install this NYC flights 23. Okay, so when we install these are the three packages that we're going to install. Okay, so but there's another way. So let me just comment this out. Let's comment this out. Okay, so what's another way to install these packages? We can make use of the Pacman packages class. So let's install Pacman first here. Let's go here, class, packages, and then try to see if you have Pacman. So this is another way to install a particular package. So kindly tell me, class, if you have Pacman in your packages. So meron bang Pacman dito? Kindly chat yes or no, please. Yes, no, none, no. Okay, good. So iba no, yung iba yes, okay. So for those who don't have Pacman, i-install natin sa class. How do you install it? Dito, install. Install, and then type here Pacman. Okay. Now, please observe. Tell me, class, when you install this Pacman, here install, what happens, class? I'm not going to install it kasi meron na ako. Okay, anyway, for purposes of yan, na-install na, no? So try to see in your packages class kung na-install na si Pacman. Okay, so meron na. I hope meron na. And then we said that when you install a package, hindi automatic na magagamit mo to, yung functionalities niya. Okay, I leave you class to peruse over, check, i-click nyo to, tapos tingnan nyo kung ano yung laman ng Pacman. No? So this is all about package management. Okay, and if I click this class, notice that it's equivalent to this code, library Pacman. And there's a certain warning here na under version 4.5.3, I need to update my version kasi 4.5.1 lang yung latest ko. No? I-upload ko na lang, update ko na lang mamaya. Okay, so I was saying that we can use Pacman class. So here, Pacman, I'm going to type Pacman, double colon class. All right, double colon, you'll be able to access the functionalities of Pacman. And we're going to use class here, P load, package load here. Okay, so here, pwede i-tab natin, there. Package load class. So itong package load class, it will both install and load the package. So doble siya, no? So i-check muna natin dito, class. Paki-check nyo dito, dplyr. May dplyr ba kayo? Paki-chat class kung yes or no, kung may dplyr kayo. Yes or no, please? Yes. Who else, class? The others? Okay, mukhang na-load na natin yata si dplyr, no? Yes. Okay, anyway, that's okay. Because we have another package here, NYC Flights 23. I'm sure hindi nyo pa na-load yan, no? So if you're loading several several packages, what do you do? Dplyr, okay, ggplot2, and then NYC Flights 23. Okay, so let's try this class. Pload, and then you have several packages. Instead of doing, sa bagay, pag install packages, pwede rin namang combined, no? Ang concatenated. All right, run this class. Ayan. So, nagra-run siya, tapos okay na, no? So, a while ago, my dplyr was not checked. So, what I want to say here is that when you load a package in Pacman, using the package load function, after it's loaded, it's automatic. After it's installed, it's automatically loaded also. Okay, go to NYC Flights 23 class. Okay, do you have NYC Flights class? And is it checked class? Paki-chat nga class kung naka-check si NYC Flights. Okay, I expected a yes class. Which means na kahit na parang in-install lang natin through Pacman, it followed up with a library, no? Linode na rin niya. Okay, so that makes it a bit more convenient. Okay, hindi na tayo magla-library, no? Okay, thank you. O, sige, if you need to update, mag-update kayo, ha? Okay, so we're going now to use itong NYC Flights, no? So since loaded na sila, okay, let's go here. All right, so SQL, andyan na yung notes, di ba? So these are the functions that we're going to use. Let's see kung hanggang saan tayo makakaabot. Kung ako pa rin ito, class, next meeting, itutuloy natin to. If not, class, then I leave the next teacher to, of course, handle the way he or she wants the subject to be handled. Pero ganun din naman yun, no? So there are six functions that are very important in data wrangling. When you talk about data wrangling, class, it means navigating or working on your data, okay, extracting and then cleaning. That's part of data wrangling. All right. So, ano yung mga functions, ano yung mga verbs na gagamitin natin? Filter. Okay? Ano yung filter, class? This is the function that you use you have a data class, and you only want to extract specific rows. So, let's say you have 100 rows, and you only want rows, let's say 2, 5, etc. Then you use the filter function. So all the variables will still be the same, but the rows now will be abbreviated kasi sinasabi mo na lang kung ano yung kailangan mo na, kung anong gusto mong rows eh. Next is to summarize. Ano naman yung summarize, class? So this is, class, extracting a summary statistic out of a particular variable column. Kunyari may column ka, let's say dun sa empty cars, MPG, no? If you want to create the mean or standard deviation of the MPG variable, then what you use is to summarize, the summarize function. Okay? Then number 3, you have group by. Ano naman yung group by, class? For group by, okay, you consolidate the different rows, class, by a particular grouping. Okay, so for example, meron tayong kunyari dun sa cars, no? Kunyari may brand, no? Let's say let's say you have a data, tapos merong gender. So may female, may male. Tapos gusto mo lang kunin, class, ang gusto mong gawin, ang kukunin mo lang yung mga male or ang kukunin mo yung mga female. Okay? Then you can do grouping by. Okay, group by. And then usually, pwede itong i-combine, okay? Group by can be combined with summarize. So kunyari, I want just the mean or median or the standard deviation of the male respondents. Then I can use group by and then summarize. Okay? The next is mutate. Ano naman yung mutate? Mutate is using an existing column to create a new one. For example, meron kang Fahrenheit na na column na variable. And then you want to create centigrade. Eh di ba may formula naman yon? So you can now create a centigrade column using the Fahrenheit. No? Okay, so there's a formula, di ba? Fahrenheit minus 32 times whatever, no? Okay, and then you have a range. And then ito yung pinaka-exciting, yung joint, no? Okay, kasi ito medyo may complication tong join. All right? So, we're going to attempt to use this SQL, okay, data 101 natin. Okay, here I mentioned some benefits of learning the dplyr package for data wrangling. Very similar sa mga SQL languages, no? Structured query language. And as I said a while ago, it's used to manage large data sets quickly. Imagine if you have an Excel file, kahit na gumagamit ka na ng Power Pivot, no? Okay? Then you have 1 million rows. Okay, tapos imagine using Excel in order to extract some figures or some data out of that. Although may Power Pivot na naman, napapadali na rin naman yon. Pero iba pa rin yung yung power ni dplyr. Dplyr comes as part of the tidyverse package class. So ito yung mga packages na generate ni Hadley Wickham, okay, including the ggplot2, which is part of the discussion of this subject. Yung data visualization, another very interesting topic. Magkakreate tayo ng plots, no? All right? Then we have the pipe operator, very important. Now, the pipe operator, ganito na yung bagong pangalan niya, no? Okay? The old name is percentage greater than percentage. Ngayon, ito na. Slash greater than. So, dapat ito, Control C. I don't know if I changed that in your case. Hindi ko yata napalitan dito. But I think yung binigay ko sa inyo, naka-change na, no? Okay? You'll see what this means, class, in a while. Okay. So, importante, class, yung relationships, no? We know that greater than corresponds to greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to, yung exclamation point equal to, okay? And then ito yung or, and then ito yung and. Now, I just made some notes here, class. In R, may difference, class, yung equal at saka yung double equal. May different purpose siya. Equal is used for assignment. For example, X, let's say X. Okay. Anyway, sana. X is equal to 100. So I'm creating this object X and it's equal to 100. So normally, class, ganito ginagawa natin. X alt minus 100. So here I'm creating an object called X. Okay, ito ang shortcut nito, class. Ang tawag, by the way, here is assignment operator. Sorry, hindi ko pa yata na-discuss to, no? Assignment operator. Kindly write that na lang. Assignment operator. Okay? All right? O, sabihin natin, sequence. Sequence SEQ 1 up to 100. Yan. Okay? So we're creating this object X. This is the assignment operator. And sequence 1 up to 100. Ang ibig sabihin nito, class, we're assigning the name X to this set of values. This is called your assignment operator. Another way to write this is X is equal to sequence 1 up to 100. Okay? So yung equality sign, class, ginagamit yan sa assignment. Okay? But it is really recommended that you use instead the assignment operator rather than this one. Kasi minsan this can cause confusion. Okay? So I'll make this X1. Sige nga, class, i-run natin to. Run. Okay, if you take a look at your environment, nag-create ngayon ng object, no? X. Okay? And another object, X1, class. Pareho din laman yan, no? Okay? Pareho din laman kasi yung assignment operator and then equality, class, it will it has the same operation. No? It will create an object called X and X1, the elements of which are ito, yung sequence from 1 up to 100. Okay, so what I'm saying here is yung operator na is equal to, ang primary use niya class is specifying named arguments inside function calls also. So aside from assignment operator class, ginagamit din siya sa named arguments inside function calls. For example, yung function na rnorm, and number of observations is equal to 10. So we use equal to, no? And mean is equal to 0. Actually, pwede rin yung yung assignment operator na greater than, less than, and minus, no? Pwede rin yun. Pero pag ganyan, pag inside function calls, mas maganda na equal na lang. Pag assignment naman class, pag assignment operator, mas maganda kung ito lang gagamitin. No? Okay? Now, yung isa naman class is ito equality. No? Ang primary use niya, testing for logical equality in conditional statements. So for example, if x is equal to 10, then print yes. So notice I didn't use is equal to. Okay? So ito, equality yung gamit niya, especially for conditional statements. All right, and then ito kanina yung diniscuss ko, this is for assignment, no? Assignment operator yan. All right, then I have some, I'll not anymore class discuss this, okay? So I just want to point out that if you want exact equality class, tingnan nyo to. Square root of 2 raised to the second power, dapat is equal to 2 yan, di ba? If you run that class, and how about this? 1 over 49 times 49 is equal to 1. Magfo-false yan class, no? Magfo-false yan. Okay? Kasi itong floating point class, no? Ito yung common problems when you're using this one. May floating point to it. Okay, I will not go into the nitty-gritty details of how a computer class fixes the yung mga decimal places. But pag ganyan, pag gusto niyo ng ganyang klaseng statement, you can use the near function ito. Near, square root of 2 raised to the second power, okay, compared to 2. And then 1 over 49 times 49 compared to 1, okay? Ganun yung near function. Parehong true siya. Okay? All right, that's not the intention now. Ang gusto natin makapag-SQL tayo, SQL tayo ngayon, no? Okay. So ito class, tingnan natin yung tingnan natin class itong NYC flights here. Let's take a look at this class, NYC flights. Dito sa help natin. Dun sa packages class. Packages, di ba? Click nyo NYC flights, then you will be brought to the help function. So si NYC flights class, it consists of 5 data sets, no? Airlines, airports, flights, planes, at saka weather. If you take a look at airlines class, ito. So airlines class is a data set. Ano laman niya? It's a data frame class. Okay, that's why okay, data frame class. Ano daw laman niya? Ang laman niya class, carrier at saka name, no? Yung dalawang variables, carrier at saka name. Okay? So itong titingnan natin class, flights, no? Anong flights nito? Maraming laman to class. So maraming variables, tas more than, I think more than 1 million yung data set. That's why I wanted to use this for SQL kasi malaking data set. Okay? All right. So we're going to use the flights object class. Now since naka-load na si NYC flights, no? We can now get yung flights data set. Okay, view natin, view flights. Let's run this class. Okay, I don't think you have. Okay, binigay ko ba sa inyo? Hindi siguro, no? Sige, siguro you're typing yet, no? And I think I gave this. Did I give this class to you? Yes or no? Class itong code chunk na to? Okay, feedback please class kasi I might be going too fast, no? Empty formula. Sige. Copy yung muna class, no? Square root of 2 squared. Dapat yan, di ba? Is equal to 2. Now, because of yung sa floating point, no? If false tayo niyan. Okay, I will not belabor class yung yung pag pag assign ng ng yung convention ng computers class in sa paggamit ng floating point numbers yung sa decimal places yan, no? So instead of relying on yung equality sign, use near instead. If you just want to compare really I was referring to yung finite precision. Okay? Yung finite precision arithmetic. Kasi there are some operations na the answer could be 32 decimal places or 64 decimal places. Hindi gagawin ng computer yan, magtra-truncate siya. So depende dun sa what we call yung floating point na na accuracy. Okay. May I proceed, class? Okay na ba tayo? O, sige, pakilagay na lang Aaron. O, ito, para mas mabilis, i-ano ko na lang, i-share ko na lang, Control-C. If you haven't typed it, no? Para i-copy paste na lang dun sa sa code chunk. I think I provided you the code chunk. No? All right? Okay. Game tayo, class? Okay na? May I proceed? Okay, good. All right. Ito exciting kasi na lesson natin, yung sequel no? Okay, let's first view flights, no? Remember, flights is inside NYC Flights 23. So since na-load na natin si NYC Flights 23, we can already access yung flights object, no? I-view natin to, class, and magpi-print out dito yan. Okay. So there are 435,000 rows of observation. Malaki to, malaking data to. Well, relatively hindi naman malaki, no? And there are how many 14 daw, 19 columns, 19 variables. Okay? So this is the flights record of all flights entering New York City. Okay? So andyan dyan yung what year? This is all 2023. Andyan yung month hanggang December to. Day. Ano yung departure time? Okay? Tingnan na lahat sa metadata class kung ano ibig sabihin. Itong 5:24 ng umaga, no? And then scheduled departure time. So you can see here 5:03 yung departure time, actual na umalis. Pero ang dapat supposed to be ang departure ng 5 o'clock. Okay, delay ng 3 minutes. Arrival time 8:08 dun sa destination. Scheduled arrival time 8:15. So there was a delay in 7 minutes, no? AA is a carrier, Alaska Airlines yata to. Okay? And then some details, class. Origin, there are 3 airports sa New York, yung Newark, John F. Kennedy at saka yung LaGuardia, no? So tatlo, no? And then destination kung saan papunta yung plane. Air time, how many minutes nasa air. Distance, ilang miles yata yan. Ilang hours yung travel, ilang minutes, and then time hour. Okay? So the reason why I chose this is because ang ganda niyang gamitin for SQL, no? Okay, so let's now go back to our file. Okay. Ano ba yung laman ng flights class? Yung names class will give us the variables, no? Ayan. So these are the variables inside the flights object. Okay? And then if we want to extract, for example, flights, yung 10th. Ano ba yung 10th? The 9th is arrival delay, and then carrier is the 10th, no? So if I click this, if I run this, yan, ito yung 10th class, no? 435 observations by 1. Isang column lang. Ito yung mga laman ng 10th column na yan, yung carrier. Okay? I didn't give the code, class. I want you to write it, class. And tell me if you were able to run this and if it's clear to you. If you have any questions, please paki-chat na lang. Good. Good. Okay, iba pang confirmation, please? Okay, let's wait for your classmates. Okay? All right, good. Thank you so much. Again, class, pag nag-respond kayo, please respond to everyone para hindi na ako mag-change ng ano. Kasi binabalik ko sa everyone eh. Okay. All right. So let's move on. I-delete ko lang tong result na to. Okay. So let's learn the first verb, class, sa SQL. Filter. So for example, I just want to know, okay, ano ba yung mga flights galing, let's say, LA, no? Kasi, yeah, LA to New York. Kasi lahat to, New York, di ba? This is New York. These are the 3 New York airports. So, meron kasing origin at saka destination. Okay? Wait ha. Meron bang from ano? Okay. So, merong origin, okay? And origin, destination. Okay, sorry. Lahat lang pala to, class, no? Lahat from New York lang to the destination. Walang from other airports to New York. Okay, I stand corrected. Lahat lang to. Origin is all New York. Destination, yung other cities. Okay, going back, class. Filter. Suppose I just want to know ano ba yung mga flights from of course New York, from JFK Airport going to a destination. What we can do is filter, class. Filter yung magtatanggal ng mga rows that are yung mga observations that did not use the JFK Airport, no? So ganun lang yun. Filter is removing rows of data, okay, that do not satisfy the parameter that we have chosen, no? All right. So for example, first exercise natin. Mag-create nga kayo ng object called Alaska Flights, okay? Of course, gagamitin natin si flights dataset, okay? And then gagamitin natin si filter. Kasi ang gagamitin natin si filter, dapat yung ano lang, yung dito sa sa flights, no? Dapat yung origin, dapat ito, origin, dapat ano lang, class. Dapat, no, not a carrier pala, class, carrier. Lahat lang ng Alaska Airlines, no? Here. Ito yung carrier, here, class. So lahat lang ng AAS. So if you filter yan, ito mawawala yung United Airlines, no? Mawawala yung Delta yata to, etc. Those that did not do AS, yung Alaska Airlines, will be filtered out. Okay? So yun ang mangyayari. We have 435 observations. Sabagay sa Excel, pwede din namang kung table yung ginagamit natin, pwede natin i-sort, no? I-filter, pwede rin naman yun. Pero mas powerful pa rin, class, kung gagamitin natin si R. Okay? So let's do that. So I'll give you the first code, no? Okay, take a look at this. All right, ito. Let's create this object, Alaska Flights. I want you to write it, and then ito. Okay, sige. So, sabay natin isulat, no? Alaska _ flights. And then ito, class, assignment operator, alt minus, di ba? Shortcut. Alt minus, and then flights. Okay. And then this one, class, the very important pipe operator, no? Ano yung shortcut ng pipe operator? Okay, there, class. Control Shift M. So pag Mac, Command Shift M. Okay, Control Shift M. Okay, pipe operator. And tell me, class, if you get this or you're getting the old name, percentage greater than percentage. What are you getting, class? Is it this one or ito, class? Paki-chat, please. Okay, percentage. Okay? So baguhin natin yung class kasi luma na yan no? That's the old pipe operator name, no? Ang tawag dyan, class, pipe operator, and I'll explain in a while why. Okay, saan natin, class, papalitan? Go to tools, here, tools class, and then global options, and then here, code. Okay, dito, class, here, under code, i-click nyo to, use the native pipe operator. So ito na yung bago, class. But you have to have an R of 4.1 and above. So ito na yung bago. The old name is percentage greater than percentage. Ngayon, ito na yung bago. Mas simple. Slash greater than. Okay, i-click nyo siya, class. Okay. And then apply or okay. And then okay na tayo. Okay. Okay. And then try nyo ulit, class. Control Shift M or Command. I think Command Shift M sa ano? Sa Mac. Control plus Shift plus M. Or Command Shift M ba sa Mac, class? I think so, no? Mac users, Command Shift M, right? Okay. Sige. So, what's the meaning of this, class? Okay. So first, class, we're creating an object called Alaska Flights. So once we have run this code, class, magkakaroon ng Alaska Flights dito sa ano natin, sa environment natin, no? So ano ibig sabihin nito? You first start with flights. And then, so class, itong pipe operator, technically, ang ibig sabihin niyan, and then. No? Pagkatapos, di ba? Pagkatapos ano, no? So anyway, ano siya, and then filter daw. Filter natin, class. Let's filter. Ano i-filter natin? I-filter natin si carrier. Remember, carrier, class, is a variable under flights. And then this, class, tingnan nyo, is equal to, no? Double equal to. Hindi pa pwedeng, class, no? Hindi pa pwedeng equal to kasi mag-error tayo niyan. So ano si carrier, AS? Si Alaska, AS. There you go, class. Okay? So let's run this. Run natin to, class. Control Enter. Okay. Take a look, class. Oh, what happened here, class? Now you have two types of data here. One data is a vector. Yung under values, mga vectors yan. Vectors are a type of data structure that contains only one type of element, no? Ito numeric vector ang tawag dito. Lahat mga numbers from 1 to 100. This is also numeric vector. Ito, class, Alaska Flights, you have 7,843 observations of 19 variables. So this is what we call a data frame. Now, yung flights natin, class, di ba? Okay. Yung flights natin na dataset, 435,000 observations. Yung Alaska Flights natin, 7,848 lang. So in just using the filter, no? Filter lang, class, no? We were able to extract already the data that we needed. Okay, so i-view natin to. You can click this one, class. Click this one. And then it's equivalent to view. Take a look at this. So you still have 19 columns. Everything is the same. And then you have only 7,843 observations. Take a look at carrier now. Oh, carrier lahat AS na. So ito yung mga flights, okay, that use Alaska Airlines. Okay, let's see the destination. Okay, iba-iba din, ano? So yung iba shuttle. Okay, siguro nag-shuttle muna San Francisco. Okay, Portland. Okay, LAX, that's Los Angeles. Wala nga direct sa ano eh. Meron bang direct sa Jungfrau, sa Alaska? Wala, ano? So, kailangan, ano muna, from New York, East Coast, punta muna ng Portland, ba? Washington State. Okay? Shuttle pala, sorry. Tama, Washington State. Shuttle. Capital Portland. All right. So, yun. No? So, we were able to easily extract. Okay. Did you get it, class? Paki-chat naman, please, if you got it. Okay, good. Okay. Ano na, class, pa-feedback? Is it the first time you use the filter function, yung SQL na yan? I would appreciate any feedback from you, or gamit na dati yan. First time for you to use? No. So nagamit mo na dati, Carla? Erin? Sorry, na-confuse yata. Okay, yung iba nag-ano na, no? Yung iba, first time, okay, good. Yung iba, no, ibig nagamit na lang yung filter. Okay? Nag-SQL na ba kayo dati? Yung mga computer science students, I'm sure may SQL na kayo, no? Tama ba? Ayan, may SQL po. Ayan. Okay. Okay, but here we're using R. But halos pareho lang naman yung syntax, no? Okay, so yan, filter tayo, no? Okay, ito naman, sige, kayo na gumawa nito, no? Create an object, let's call it Portland flights, to include all flights from New York City to Portland. Ang destination is Portland PDX. And then let's view the data set. Sige nga, from New York to Portland. This will be very easy. Ano if-filter natin, class? Kanina carrier yung filter natin eh. This time, what will be filtering? Okay, correct? That's right. Tama. Destination if-filter natin. No? Okay. So are you done? So compare tayo, class. Compare tayo ng answers. I hope you're doing it also. Here. Okay. So you're creating this object, Portland flights. Then you start with flights, no? And then si pipe operator na naman, no? By the way, class, just for information, itong pipe operator na yan, nagsimula yan sa isang package called Magritte R. No? Okay, na kinuha na rin ni Base R. Okay, so that's why we were able to use this even without loading Magritte R. So this is, and then filter natin, if filter natin si destination. And then I'm using here the double equal sign, PDX. So if we run this class, okay, we now have here Portland flights, 1942 observations, 19 variables. Okay, and if we check class, tingnan lang natin what is the structure of Portland flights? Ano ba yung structure niya? Control Enter. So it's a table class. It's a special type of data frame. It's also a data frame, but a special type, no? Table data frame. All right? So ito yung mga variables niya. Yan. Okay. May time R siya dito, POSIX city. No? Okay, for those of you who were my students before, alam niyo itong POSIX. No? Okay. Next class, we'll divide this into three cases. Number one, so let's create an object called JFK Portland flights. Okay, so what will it include? All the flights from JFK to Portland, okay, and then view the data set. So this time, class, Fini-filter natin din pati yung ano natin, yung origin, di ba? Kasi yung origin tatlo eh. JFK, LGA, LaGuardia, and then EWR, yung Newark. So if filter natin both si origin at saka si destination. Okay? So let's do that. First, I want you to use itong or. No? We would like to compare yung difference ng or at saka and. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds and then we'll compare. Okay. Compare lang tayo ha. Okay, take a look at this, no? Okay, take note sa filter dalawa, no? Okay, filter dalawa. So first, JFK, from JFK to Portland flights. So we start again with flights and then yung pipe operator natin, filter, dalawa. Origin is equal to JFK. And then here, or, destination is equal to PDX. Okay, take note that I specifically asked for and. I just want to distinguish yung the use ng or at saka and. So tingnan natin to class, ano bang ma-generate nito? JFK Portland flights. Let's run this. So let's see. How many observations do we have here? 133,936 observations. No? Okay, let's view this. Okay. Ano nangyari dito, class? So here, what we see is, ang origin natin, class, JFK lang ba lahat? Oh, origin is JFK. So is it all JFK, class, yung origin? Okay. All JFK. Okay. How about yung destination, class? Bakit yung destination, class, ano? Iba-iba, class. Akala ko ba, class, ano? PDX, class. Bakit may ibang destination dito? So what happened, class? What do you think happened? Kasi ang nangyari, lahat JFK, di ba? Okay. All right. Before we answer that question, class, let's create the next one. Ito. Baguhin natin, class, yung filter natin, i-combine natin si JFK, but this time we're not going to use or, we're going to use and. Ito. Okay, and let's see the difference. I just wanted to make sure that we understand the difference between using this or and using this and. Okay, copy nyo na lang yung linagay nyo dito. Baguhin natin yung yung object na i-create natin. Let's put it 1 and then change the slash with the ampersand, no? With the end. Okay? So i-run natin to. This is JFK Portland flights 1. If we run this, class, all right, take a look at our environment. JFK Portland, 1054 lang, class. Same number of columns, same number of variables, but only a much reduced number of observations. Okay, why is that, class? Ang ginamit natin si end. What are we going to see, class? Dito sa origin natin, JFK and destination. So take note that both of the conditions were met. Kailangan JFK yung origin and destination yung PDX, yung ano, yung destination natin PDX. So that's why this 1054 observations are all strictly JFK to PDX. Okay? While on the other hand, yung or, iba'y linabas, no? Yung and strictly, dapat both conditions were met. Okay? All right. So, ito, no, and. Now, how about this one, class? What if binago natin, no? Kasi yung una natin, origin JFK or destination PDX. Ito naman, let's interchange, no? Destination PDX or origin JFK. Let's call it JFK Portland Flights 2. And if we run this, copy nyo lang class, copy nyo na lang to, no? Ano ba? Whatever, no? Gawin yung 2. And then, sorry, hindi ko pa napalitan to. Anyway, it will still run class kung yung pipe operator nyo yung luma pa rin. No? Okay, and I'll not change it anymore. Sige na nga. Okay. So yung third, no, class? We interchange the origin of the yung filtering. Ito ang filter muna si PDX. And then or yung JFK. Let's run this. Tingnan natin class, no? What happened to our JFK Portland number 2? So ano siya? JFK Portland. Ano ba to? Okay, tingnan yung class, no? Pareho. 133,936, 133,936. Okay? So what was the difference, class? Ano yung difference kung ang gagamitin natin and at saka or? Okay? So I'll explain and. I'll leave you to first find out. Yung or madali lang naman din, pero I'll leave that hanging. I want you to explore bakit magkaiba. Yung and class, as we saw, strict ano to, both conditions have to be met. Dapat GFK and PDX, both. No? Pag or class, it will take on a different interpretation. Okay? So it's, I provided you class with, with the other questions, no? But I didn't provide you with the answers. This is supposed to be, ano na lang, yung kung tayo magtutuloy pa, we will continue with the discussion with filter, and then susunod dito yung summarize, and then etc. Lahat ng ano yung, and then next yung ano yung kasama yung ano yung joint, no? Semi joint, inner joint, outer joint, etc. Okay? So with that, class, thank you so much. I don't know, class, if we're still going to continue with this discussion, and I don't know, class, yung magiging flow ng ano ng bagong teacher. But I just like to thank you, class, for your cooperation. And if ever bago naman yung teacher, okay din naman yung class, no? I'm sure you'll be learning a lot about Data 101 then. Okay? So with that, class, salamat, no? Maraming salamat. You were very cooperative and participative with the discussions. So I'll just first, okay, stop.